What's going on, people? It's your man the YB, back once again. Big shout out to my doggy Arthur DS1 and Porter for coming through and boosting up the coin. So, listen, people, let me start here. There's a cat called Propa Boxing, and I think as far as content goes in the boxing game, his has got to be up there. There's a reason he's got more or less the most amount of subs within the non I want to stick a microphone in front of people's faces all day group. His flow's good, his production's good. However, he ain't got a lick of a clue about boxing. And to his credit, he admits that, like me. He admits that, but come on, man. Listen to this, people. So he's reacting to the AJ fight. You can see the title here. So what now then for Anthony Joshua? Listen to these bars. What's next for AJ?
He ain't fighting Zhang, is he? It's just not fucking happening, bruv. It's the most dangerous fight out the lot, and coming off a knockout loss, the last thing we can expect him to do is fight another ferocious knockout artist who's in good form. Then you got BAKOLE, and yeah, possibly it's a bloody cracking fight, and he's looking very good at the minute. Proper wrecking machine who could cause AJ a lot of problems. But then again, BAKOLE was dismantled by Hunter, and he ain't been in with a lot of massive punches. So I do see that as a potentially winnable fight for AJ.
I gotta stop here, people. And now Propa, yeah, again, I like him. I've got a lot of time for him. And he had two or three other guys on his podcast, and they always, some of them was trying to be based with Dubois, but this is what I'm talking about. The AJ homosexualism, it's very strong. And even now, yeah, and I was there for a long time. My dad told me AJ's no good. In all due respect to me, I hadn't been around the game. I've finally transcended now to an old head way of thinking. And to be quite frank, there's old heads who are still delusional and blinded by the PR agents and whatnot. You got Spencer Fearon ranting and raving about AJ's the second coming of Jesus Christ, right? And he gets knocked out, man. So he's supposed to be a historian. So the clout and the glitz and the glamour can go to your head. Ultimately, real old school boxing heads could smell that AJ does not want to fight. He's not an old school fighter, bottom line. However, this is 2024, people. These are estrogenic times. And hence, whatever AJ seems to do, people remain in denial. Oh, he'll beat, what did he say? What was the bars he said? Like, he'll beat BAKOLE or...
Could cause AJ a lot of problems, but then again, BAKOLE was dismantled by Hunter, and he ain't been in with a lot of massive punches, so I do see that as a potentially winnable fight for...
A winnable fight for AJ, come on! AJ would do nothing, man. The cat, yeah, is out of the bag now for AJ. Only way you lose against AJ is if you give him 6 rounds, 7 rounds to find his feet. I've genuinely believed that. If you go in there and just walk into him, put it straight on him, not a back step, he will fold. Especially now he's been knocked spark out. Especially on that basis. He will need a legitimate miracle, and I don't think him or Ben Davison have it in them. But this video, really, I just want to emphasize, this is homosexualism, people. Nothing we just saw. I mean, all due respect, after BAKOLE smoked Anderson, even at that point, it may have been this video, Propa just did, yeah, saying, oh, AJ, this should be a winnable fight for AJ. I'd have been questioning that statement before the other weekend, when AJ got smoked, right? The AJ who would just beat Mbongo versus the BAKOLE who just stopped Jared Anderson in devastating fashion. I'd dispute that. Would even be an interesting fight, but I'd give you the benefit of the doubt because we don't know if the magical AJ going to come back. And what's irritating is, now you've seen, forget about Johnston. Yeah, forget about Anthony. It's Audley Harrisonua. Audley Harrisonua. Audley Harrison. Yeah, watch Audley Harrison versus David Haye. Who was promoting Audley Harrison? Oops, it was Eddie Hearns, one of his first shows. And AJ is essentially Audley Harrison. Audley Harrison won the gold medal in the boxing. And that tells you how much it's worth. A gold medal in amateur boxing don't mean nothing. Look at AJ. Look at Audley Harrison. It don't hold no weight in the pro game. Yeah, don't hold no weight. I've heard that Audley's a nice guy. He might be a nice guy. He was no good at real boxing though. That makes sense. Two things can be true. Audley Harrison can be a great guy. It don't mean he can box even a little bit in the pro ranks. He could not. There's nothing personal. It's a fact. He could not. And the same as AJ. AJ wasn't on top. Essentially, what do they call it? In the criminal justice system, they have a special... when you abuse old people, there's a special word for it. That's what AJ is. 40 plus club. Yeah, he is a 40 plus club offender. Because if you're under 20, if you're under 30 and you're ready to get it, he lose, get knocked out. Ngannou, 40-year-old. 40-year-old Ngannou is, people. Povetkin, 50-year-old. Pulev, 50-year-old. Vlad, 50-year-old. Who else you want? Throw someone else in there. Oh, Dillian White. Fury knocked him out in one punch. He's no good. And that was a better Dillian White than that. AJ went half life and death with Dillian White. And Dillian White can't, come on. Dillian White's bowling hooks. People, if you hook and your hand is bent out, extended, you don't know what you're doing. That's the bottom line. Yeah? If you bowl hooks with an open arm, oh, that's why you always hear about Dillian White. Oh, I bust my bicep. Oh, I bust my shoulder. That's because you hooking with a straight arm. Same as Wilder. Can't box a lick. You don't hook with a straight arm. You lose power. A lot of these big bulbous cats, they think, oh, like, let me just look at the floor and swing around the place. Just start swinging. It's like, whoa. Yeah, it's irritating to watch, if I'm honest. Just big for nothing. Just bulbous for nothing. Dillian White, listen, at least AJ's big for nothing, but at least he's chiseled. Dillian's just bulbous and soft for nothing. No chin. And he's winging away, bowling shots around, man. Get Dillian White out of it. Get him out of here, man. Dillian White should be fed to BAKOLE. Let BAKOLE get boosted up a bit. Because what's Dillian really done? Dillian made a lot of money in the game, and fair play to him for that. But what's he really done to make that money? Apart from getting knocked out by Johnston and knocked out. I could have gotten knocked out by AJ and knocked out by Tyson Fury. And Dillian White was complaining about not being paid enough for the Fury fight. Like, this guy on, man. He was whack. The performance was crap. Coming out southpaw, trying to be slick. Anyway, Propa, man, you bugging. AJ, obviously now, which is what I don't understand, we know now AJ would have done zip, naffle, nothing with BAKOLE. Even 3 months ago, what you're saying here is wrong. Now, I don't know what you're smoking. There's something deep in the UK public's psyche that makes them gravitate and idolise Jon Stewart. Audley Thunny Harrisonua. Yeah? Audley Thunny Harrisonua. That's his name, his real name. It's been leaked now. Yeah? It's not Anthony Johnson or Joshua. It's Audley Thunny Harrisonua. Yeah? That's what it is. Because that's how he be moving. The only difference is Eddie Hearn was learning the game. When Eddie Hearn put that David Haye, Mr. Big Toe, painted toenails versus Audley Harrison, Eddie was getting the ropes. By the time AJ came around like 3-4 years later, he was ready then to essentially pump Audley Harrison full of gear. Yeah? That's the equivalent here. Take a gold medalist amateur boxer, pump them full of gear. I'm talking about, metaphorically speaking, in terms of Audley Harrison on steroids, the size of him, the profile, yeah? Audley Harrison's career on steroids, pumped up to the marketing agencies, and pushed out there to the masses, to the unwashed masses for consumption. GQ, Boss, Hugo Boss, all the different brands, Jon Stewart, aka Audley Thunny Harrisonua. but he was pitched to. And now, after seeing it, people, this is what we saw the other weekend, is the last word on the matter. He's finished. He's not. You cannot put him in the conversation with any of the top 5. I don't want to hear about him with Zhang. I don't want. The Ring magazine tells the truth here. Yeah. I think the best AJ should hope for now is AJ versus Hrgovic. That's what, and I think genuinely, I'd have Hrgovic beating AJ. I really would. I'd have Hrgovic pinging AJ's head off. Genuinely, I'd bet on that fight. AJ, and you best believe, all of Propa and all of his Anthony Johnson homosexuals, they would boost up the odds. Hrgovic would be a 3-1 underdog against AJ, because you man would just throw money on it because you're delusional. Yeah, AJ would do nothing with Zhang. He would do nothing with Dubois. He'd do nothing with Usyk. He'd do nothing with BAKOLE. He'd do nothing with Ajit Kabayel either, whilst we're at it. Whilst we're talking about what he'd do nothing with. In fact, a good one right now. A good one right now would be AJ versus Makhmudov, man. That dude, he's a dude like this. He's one of the dopiest looking Fandarok hats I've ever seen. He puts the big in big for nothing. You best believe it, man. It's wild. It's wild how big that guy is, and he got boxed for toffee. Makhmudov, man, he had big hype as well. He's supposed to be a Habib cat, man. He's like a Habib. Listen, that Makhmudov cat, he came from, what's that place called in Russia that had the nuclear disaster, Chernobyl? Yeah, he's a Chernobylian. Yeah, he is a Chernobylian creation. Yeah, he grew up in the forest of Chernobyl. Just big, but the problem is, whilst the radiation mutations made him bigger, it also rotted his brain, because he's got a brain of about a 6-year-old. Wait. Oh my god, people, that's nuts. Yeah, but AJ versus Makhmudov, that's what the levels right now. AJ's in the mix with Anzlecki Makhmudov. Bottom line. Yeah, the battle of the big for nothing. The battle of the big for nothings. Yeah, the battle of the big for nothings. That's the legitimate league AJ's in. He's not in the league with BAKOLE anymore. Yeah? Put AJ in there with Jared Anderson. That's a 50, genuinely, not even hating, that's a 50-50 life and death fight. Could go either way. Seriously, it could do. Just because BAKOLE took them shots, yeah, BAKOLE took a few shots from Anderson. Them shots would have AJ on skates. Seriously. I'm not even, put jokes to one side, I'm not joking. Watch BAKOLE and Jared Anderson. Jared Anderson was fighting back, the shots were just bouncing off. I'm telling you, if AJ ends up getting whacked by Jared Anderson, he's on skates. And he's finished. The fight's over. Do you understand? So, that's AJ's league right now. He's not in the conversation of Dubois, Fury, Usyk, Zhang, BAKOLE. He's not. He's in the Anzlecki Makhmudov, Jared Anderson. At the best, that's where he's at right now. So stop playing, man. Yeah, stop playing. He's finished. Get him out of your mind now. He's over for him. He's just trying to dig pockets. He's no good. Anyway, people, let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, like off the bell, 100%. No doubt about this one, people. Stop it.